Hello, you beautiful, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're taking a look at the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One updates, namely the Rockstar editor and the director mode. Some really cool stuff that's been on the PC for years. Not literally years, but it's been on the PC for a long time. So I'm checking it out today to see whether it is just as good on the PS4 and Xbox One in comparison to the PC. And while we're here, in the comments section, let me know what platform you're actually playing GTA 5 on and whether or not you're happy with it. And before we get into the video, last thing, playdraft.com, a draft app, mobile app. There's a link in the description. It's a really cool app actually. So the season's just started over in America with football and all of that cool stuff. So this is a draft app. So you draft your team, you choose an opponent, either a random person or a friend, and you score more points to win. Very simple. Like I said, if you want more information, there's a link in the description. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. So definitely go check that out. So let's do this. So for those of you that don't know, the director mode is basically like a free mode, which sounds really weird in GTA, but it's basically a mode where you can activate cheats, you can select your character, you can select the weather. It's a really cool opportunity for you to get the perfect shot for your Rockstar Games GTA 5 movie type thing. So if you've never seen it in GTA 5 on the PC, this is a good example. So you can see here that there's lots of different options. I can insult you, I can activate that while I'm recording, which is really cool. But what I'm actually going to do is run off a cliff here, and then I'm gonna like edit it later to make it like cool and cinematic and all a little bit weird. So yeah, you can see here I've actually activated the moon gravity glitch, which is really cool. So hopefully it will make a cool movie. But anyway, so yeah, the Rockstar editor and the director mode are like two separate things, but together they basically allow you to make some really cool movies. Now to activate the recording, you just hit up on the D-pad, wait for it to come up, and then hit X to record, and then you can see in the bottom left you've got a little recording icon. So now I'm actually doing what I want to be in the film. It doesn't really matter too much what camera mode I'm in, because when I go into the Rockstar editor I can change the camera. I fly off the edge, I look majestic, and fall really slowly because of the, and she's screaming because of the moon gravity. So there we go. So that's brilliant. You can do lots of other things. You can change characters, you can be in different locations, and the director mode is basically a tool for you to quickly go about getting your clip. Because before we had all this, what I had to do at least was when I was recording videos, I had to wait. This is back on the Xbox 360 days. It's when I want to record a nice video in daylight or it's nice and bright and you guys can see what's going on clearly, not at night time because that's not very clear. I would actually sit and wait for daytime to come around, and that was a real pain. But now with the Rockstar editor and the director mode, I can set the time, I can set the weather, and I literally don't have to sit and wait for the rain to go away. Like literally, I can remember doing that quite a lot. You can quickly change location as well, so you don't have to drive all the way to Mount Chiliad or whatever it may be. So it's a really useful quick tool, which if you've never used before, if you've never seen before on the PC, it's really awesome. So that brings us to the Rockstar editor, which is actually the platform on which you make your videos and you play around with clips, music, text, cameras, and export it and share it and all of that really cool stuff. Now, the really interesting thing is, and I really thought that I wouldn't, like, before I started recording this video, I didn't think this was going to be in my opinion. What I expected to say was coming here and go, blah PC Master Race, the PC version's way better, the console version's just outdated, it's old, it doesn't work very well, and it's kind of poo. But actually, what I genuinely feel is the PC version of the Rockstar editor was made on the console, or at least designed for the consoles, and then just ported over faster than they finished making it on the PS4. I genuinely believe that, because on the PC, hear me out, on the PC, there's a lot of functionality that they don't utilize and they don't use. So things like the mouse, they could have, you got a bigger screen size, like you could, that's not technically true, the screen size thing, but because of the mouse, it makes moving around the screen a lot easier. So you could have a section for selecting clips, you could have a section for looking at your preview window, you could have a section for music, and another section for the timeline. Just like what I'm looking at right now, which is a linear editor, a video editor, you could actually genuinely have a tool like that, a lot more powerful and a lot more usable. However, what seems to be the case is they've designed it on the consoles, so they've got very simplistic choices. It's very simple to do on one controller. It doesn't, you know, you're not using a mouse and keyboard. You've got the controller, and you can scrub left and right with the right thumbstick, for example, fine with the D-pad, and it feels a lot more natural and usable, and actually a lot easier to use on the console than it does on the PC, because I feel like the PC is kind of a poop version. Like, they could have done so much more with it, but instead, the console version just completely is really fun to use, and is like a basic video editor, which is what it essentially is. It like you can see here, I made the clip of her falling off, and oh, that's so funny. So yeah, you can go backwards and all of that cool stuff. You can change effects, you can, you know, change the type of camera, like you can add animations, you can change the camera transitions. There's a lot of cool things you can do, which if you want to see, I've actually already done like an in-depth video on this on the PC version, which is basically the same. Some a quick look there of the filters and things. But yeah, so that is genuinely my opinion. I think it's really fun to use on the consoles for what it is, which is a fun little way to make videos. On the PC, I feel like it's clunky, and it's a missed opportunity, really. For example, look at this. This is like slow motion. No, really, really cool. But yeah, so like I said, I genuinely didn't think I would come and actually say that. I thought I'd be like, yeah, the PC version is just way better. The console version just completely just isn't on par and is way behind. But the console version, I'm sorry to say, is probably better to use than the PC version. So there we go. So if you're like, for me, when I was younger, I used to love creating, I used to have like design packages on like the PC where you could basically drag and drop pictures of things together, and I used to love like making film sets and things like that. I remember when I was younger, like a Star Wars one, and that was really fun. And I would make stuff bigger and bring it to the foreground, and make stuff smaller to like move it into the background. And I can imagine this on the console being like a similar sort of thing. Like, people that are naturally creative can like play around, not do anything too serious. I mean, you could if you wanted to. Like, I know of many YouTubers that have made really, really cool things with the Rockstar editor, but it's like really easy to get into and play around with, and just practice making little short cinematography little bits. Like, it's fun, it's creative, and it's a free update, which at the end of the day is really, really cool. So there we go. That is my opinion of the Rockstar Editor and Director mode. It is very, 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 very similar to the PC version. To the PC versions, you know, that is the problem with the PC version. It could be so much better, and I think it should be so much better, because you got things like, I'm ranting and raving, but you got performance, much more performance. You got much more like input. You got keyboard and mouse, so it's just so many more things you could do with the PC version of the Rockstar Editor. I think it's a little bit disappointing, but the Rockstar Editor on the consoles, Xbox One and PS4, is brilliant. I think it's amazing, and for a free update, it's incredible. The only thing I will say is I feel sorry for the people that have it currently on the 360 and PS3. If you're still playing on those consoles, do let me know. It'd be interesting to see like a poll, like just a judgment on there's music in the background, a judgment on like how many of you are up to date with your platforms, or whether you're still playing on the old versions. Because to be honest, the game is not that much better on the next generation. It's just first person mode, which I didn't miss for a year. So there we go. That's my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed this slightly slower and bit more informative video than usual. Like, I've been doing a lot of funny moments and just mucking around montages, if you like. So this is kind of nice and relaxing. I hope you enjoyed. If you made it this far in the video, let me know with a like. And yeah, thank you for being awesome. I love you guys very much. So thank you for watching, and peace out. Bye.